Sorry for for us getting this broadcast out to you guys late. Just trying to get some things hashed out, but it's all right. Clarksville's already batted once in the top half of the first inning. They scored 0 runs. They did get a runner on board, but now we're in the bottom of the first inning, 0-0. The last time that these two teams met, Clarksville was able to pitch a no-hitter against Pottsville. Talon Case was the pitcher in that first game. He is not on the mound tonight, however. They have number 3, Gabe Kramers, pitching for Clarksville tonight. And we'll just give a little rundown of Pottsville's lineup. So batting first, you got Izzy Johnson. Batting second, Aiden Owings. Doing the pitching, batting third, Porter Lee. Cash Bartlett. Batting fourth, fifth, Easton Stevens. Sixth, Aiden Watson. 7, Landon Williams. 8, Matt Loveland. 9, Bo Ade. Caleb Wojtek out in right field getting DH4. So here we go. Got Gabe Kramers on the mound, another lefty. Izzy fouls that one. I'm joined by Trevor Hawley. What's up, Trevor?
Once again.
Yes, sir.
Back for another windy day. Wind's died down since before the game.
I know. We talked about it yesterday, about the wind. It's just, we can't catch a break with the wind. I mean, it's just all over us. every single day that we're out here, it seems like. I guess it's just that time of the year. The weather is nice out here. It's been cloudy all day, but we're starting to see some sunlight come through the clouds, so that's a good sign.
It's great to see sun during baseball.
Right.
Cloudy days looks kind of scary, but I think the forecast said it won't rain. But
yeah, I didn't really see any chance of rain in the forecast.
Sometimes Arkansas doesn't listen to the forecast. It makes its own as we go.
Yes. We got 2 balls and 2 strikes on Izzy Johnson. He checked the swing there, but he was safe. So, and we apologize again for getting this broadcast out a little later than usual for you guys that love to tune in to us. We're doing our best, so we appreciate you guys watching us every single game. Here comes another 2-2 pitch on Izzy Johnson. Ball down to the dirt. He swings. He's going to be out at first base. So Kramers gets the strikeout, and like we said, the first time that these two teams met, Pottsville was hitless. They did not get a hit the entire ball game. Talon Case doing a great job on the mound for the Clarksville Panthers.
Yeah, he really had command until about the 5th inning. Then he kind of lost it, and then Pottsville kept swinging at kind of some iffy pitches. But today they seemed confident at the plate, hacking, making contact. Hopefully we can get a few base hits together.
Right. I mean, I think this is a different Pottsville team than what Clarksville faced a couple weeks ago. This is a team that's starting to gain some momentum, gain some confidence, especially at the plate. And Aiden Owings, he lines out the shortstop. But, I mean, Aiden Owens, he's really starting to get hot from the plate.
He's had a good couple past games. And unfortunately, part of baseball is absolutely hitting it on the line straight to somebody.
Right. I mean, he hit that dead red straight at the shortstop right there. Really hard hit baseball right there. So Porter Lee steps to the plate. You got 2 outs here in the bottom half of the first inning. And like we said, Porter is on the mound. You were not able to see that first inning, but Porter Lee will be the pitcher for Pottsville Apaches. Did a great job there in that first inning. He's definitely the guy that you want on the mound. He is the ace of this team.
And last time we saw him pitch was against Subiaco. Was that game?
And a spring break kind of got me in a funk. So
yeah.
I honestly cannot remember.
But I remember his last outing. It was good till about the 5th or 6th inning. Then he kind of got hit up, but
yeah, he's a pitcher that can go deep in the game for sure. He's done a good job this year. It's a 3-0 count on Porter. Ball right down the middle for strike 1. So we got 3 balls and 1 strike on Porter Lee. Now Pottsville did get some base runners on in that last game as Porter grounds it to shortstop. He's making an incredible play. Is he going to be out? He's going to be safe. Woo! That was close.
I was fixing the other camera. Tried to get it at that, but what a great play he tried to make.
Yeah.
Over there, tried to make a turnaround throw.
Showed a lot of range right there, getting in the hole. That was number 11, Braxton Payne over there at shortstop, making a great play. Moving to his right, having to make a throw across his body. I mean, he placed it perfectly. First baseman was able to scoop it up, but Porter Lee beat it out. We got Cooper Duval coming in the game to courtesy run for Porter Lee.
I tell you what, if Porter didn't use as much effort as he just did, probably would have been out.
Right. I mean, he hit that one pretty good. I mean, hit it in a great spot. Kind of in the hole right there between short and third. I mean, that play at first base really could have went either way.
But Porter beat it out. Make the inning continue.
So we got Cash Bartlett at the dish now. Batting cleanup. Got a pickoff move to first base. Cooper dives in safely to first. I highly doubt they're going to see Pottsville steal second base like they did yesterday.
They were going crazy, super aggressive. Dover struggled to get the ball second base, especially a lot of throwing errors. Let Pottsville just keep running the bases. Ultimately, that's what led to some of the runs Pottsville scored. They scored 13 yesterday.
Mm-hmm. That game finished only in 5 innings as a run ruled over. Bartlett swings and misses at a ball up in the zone. But yeah, extremely aggressive yesterday on the base path. You know, every time that they got to first base, they were going to second. And I mean, they stole third multiple times. Definitely helped them on the scoreboard. Ball in the dirt right there. So you get 3 balls, 1 strike on Cash Bartlett.
My guess is he might get something to hit here.
Oh yeah, I mean, Kramer's got to bring it in the strike zone. Ball up in the zone, kind of like that third pitch. You know, it's a 2-0 count, kind of the same location. Bartlett swung and missed, so swings and misses again. So got a full count with 2 outs. And hey, Pottsville already has a hit in this game.
Yes, they do.
That is an infield hit. That is not an error. Porter Lee beating that one out, so already have a hit in this game. So they've already improved from the last time that they played Clarksville.
Hopefully that gives them the confidence to keep going.
For sure. Here comes the pitch. Ball up in the zone again. Cash Bartlett swings and misses to end the inning. It's still 0-0. Ending that first inning, we're headed to the top of the second inning where Clarksville is going to try to tack on some runs here. We'll be right back on the Arkansas Sports Network.
Farm Credit supports rural communities and agriculture with reliable, consistent credit and financial services in good times and bad. We provide loans to farmers and ranchers, farmer-owned cooperatives, rural homebuyers, agribusinesses, and rural infrastructure providers. As cooperatives, we're locally owned and governed. We help agricultural producers feed the world. For America's farmers, Farm Credit supporting rural communities and agriculture. Learn more today.
Alright, we're back here at George Wolf Field in Pottsville as the wind is just knocking us down. Straight up knocking us down. This booth, man, I don't know if it can take it much longer. Still got Porter Lee on the mound for Pottsville. We're in the second inning. You got number 15, Grayson Freeman, leading off this inning for Clarksville. And the first pitch was a ball on Freeman. Comes the second pitch. Got 2 balls, no strikes now on Grayson Freeman. Ball up in the zone once again, so Freeman doing a good job of being patient at the plate. Fourth pitch is a ball, so that's a 4-pitch walk to start off the inning for Grayson Freeman. That's what you want to do if you're Clarksville. You know, get that leadoff runner on base.
Be patient, and that's what he was there.
Porter got to get the ball just a little bit down in the zone, missing high a lot.
At least make him competitive.
Yeah. Definitely want to have competitive pitches. Now we got number 21, Coleman White, at the dish now for the Panthers. Looked like maybe an off-speed pitch, trying to throw it on the inside, you know, break it over the plate. But too far inside. It's 5 straight balls for Porter. Needing to turn it around here. Ball down in the zone is a strike. So there we go. We got a strike now in this inning. And it was very low. Trevor's giving me a look. He's like, I don't know about that one, but hey, Porter gets the call.
We've seen that a few times this year. Umpires calling them below the knee. And yes, it is high school. I'm not expecting a major league strike zone, so.
Right.
But sometimes the umpire might look wrong, but he's the one that controls the game.
Coleman White showed a bunt. That one just too far outside. Who knows if he was actually trying to bunt? You know, he might just be faking it on purpose, trying to get the defense to move into different spots. But got 2 balls and 1 strike on Coleman White. Grayson Freeman on first base. He's showing bunt once again. He is going to bunt. Porter Lee's going to take it and throws it wildly. Coleman White's going to be safe at first, so Wojtek coming in here to get the baseball. So now we got runners on first and third for Clarksville.
Just another one of those things Pottsville struggled with is sometimes just throwing the baseball. They've had a lot of errors this year.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to beat a team that beat you already, you got to limit those mistakes.
It's a little uncharacteristic for Porter right there, too, to kind of throw it a little wildly. I mean, he plays in the infield. He can play shortstop and third base. And that's, I mean, that's a throw that, you know, he practices all the time, even from third base. So just a little wild on the throw. And that ball's up in the zone as well on number 30, Landon Leeds.
Double play ball would be great right now.
Yeah, you need to get a ground ball, especially up the middle. You got Owens and Stevens playing up the middle for that double play.
Wind kind of roaring now.
It's nonstop. Pitch down in a zone. Freeman's coming home. He's going to slide in. He's going to be safe. So Clarksville gets the first run of the ball game here in the top of the second inning. Coleman White advances to second base as well. So you got a runner in scoring position after that pass ball.
And that's what you didn't need.
No, I mean, yesterday we saw a lot of pass balls. Majority of the time it was from Dover, but we did see some pass balls for Pottsville as well. That's something that you want to clean up.
And you definitely don't want to give out free runs. And that would be giving out a free run. Didn't make them earn it.
The catcher position is one of the tough. It probably is the toughest position on the field, considering all the action that they get back there. You know, you have a ball in the dirt. You got to block it every single time, and if you don't, if you mess up one time, things like that happen. So, I mean, I wasn't a catcher, so I know it's extremely hard. You know, it's definitely easier said than done to get down and dirty and block those balls that are in the dirt.
And then sometimes you do block it and it just keeps going still.
True, you could block it and the ball just kicks out to the right or to the left, and runners can still advance. I mean, I didn't even want to catch bullpen and catch. Like, I didn't even want to do that. Especially against somebody who's throwing hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Leeds smokes one out to right field. That's going to score a run. Wojtek trying to track it down out there by the warning track. Coach is sending him to third base. Easton Stevens gets a ball, and he's going to be safe at third base, standing up. So a stand-up triple for Landon Leeds as he gets the RBI as well. Just ripped that ball over Bartlett's head.
That ball
right over his glove.
Was on a rope.
Yes.
Right down the first base line. And with this wind, I'm sure it just pushed it straight down.
Leeds hit that one right on the sweet spot. Now we got Talon Case, the guy who threw the no-hitter the last time that these two teams faced off. Not pitching today. He flies that one off to the catcher. Aiden Watson is going to track it down. And I can't really see, but I think it's a foul ball. Umpire signaled foul ball. Wasn't able to catch it.
Can't tell.
That was a tough play. And that's another reason why the catching position is hard because, you know, a ball is fouled off behind you.
You got to try to look straight up and find it.
Yeah, you got to throw off your mask, and you got to go find the baseball when it's in the air. You just have literally no idea. So ball over Bartlett's head. And that's going to be another RBI. We're going to have to fix the center field camera. Is the battery still out? The battery did?
It's a low battery and then cut out.
We're sorry about that. We're trying to get it fixed. I charged that one. I guess just trying to put that one on. We got a bunt now. He's going to be out at first base, but doing his job, moving the runner to second base. He wanted to get that bunt for a base hit, Easton Case. So we got one out here in the top of the second inning. Score is 3-0. Pitch up in the zone. That ball's just flied right to the shortstop, Aiden Owens. He catches it. Just a routine play. As Braxton Payne just flies out to the infield. So now we got 2 outs. It's kind of been a big inning for Clarksville here in the top half of the 2nd inning. Gabe Kramer's the pitcher for Clarksville, stepping to the plate now. Ball inside for ball 1. And Trevor is going back there to the center field camera to fix that battery issue. Got a little off-speed pitch. Breaks in for a strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike now on Kramer's. Porter Lee with the opportunity to get out of this inning with no more runs attached. Ball is outside for ball number 2. Clarksville doing a really good job this inning of putting the bat on the ball. Really hitting the baseball well here in this inning. Kramer's swings and misses right there. So now you got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So here's an opportunity to get out of the inning right here with a strikeout, potentially. Here comes the pitch. Ball down in the zone. Kramer's fouls it off. Great job of staying alive right there, just poking at it. It probably would have been a strike, but not the pitch that, you know, he wanted to square up and hit. Here comes a pitch, a little off speed, kind of messed up Kramer's right there. I don't think he was a little indecisive on what he wanted to do right there. Ball broke in. So here comes the pitch. Ball down in the zone for strike 3. So Porter Lee finally gets out of the inning here in the top half of the 2nd inning. But Clarksville does score 3 runs. We're headed to the bottom of the 2nd. We'll be back here on the Arkansas Sports Network in just a moment.
Your family is your most prized possession. You want to take care of them. You want to give them the very best. And when it comes to choosing a pharmacy, you'll want someone who knows your name and understands both you and your way of life. At Rose Drug, they will take care of your family just like you were their own. They'll be someone that you can trust with the ones that you love the most. That's Rose Drug in Russellville. Call 968-1323 today.
Gen Z is a stalled generation.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
All right, we're back here at Pottsville. Still trying to get things fixed. Clarksville able to score 3 runs. Right there in the top of the 2nd. So we got Easton Stevens leading off this inning for Pottsville. Kramer's still on the mound for Clarksville. Stevens flies one here in the infield. It's going to drop behind the pitcher, and he's finally able to make a play. Kind of ran into the shortstop and the second baseman right there trying to make the throw, but he does get Stevens out. So we got one out now. Aiden Watson stepping up to the plate. First pitch is a strike down at the knees. You want to see Pottsville get some runners on base here in this inning. Got to get something going here. Watson swings, grounded to shortstop. Makes another great play in the hole right there. Showing a lot of range. That's number 11, Braxton Payne, out there at shortstop. Really doing a great job here in this game. That's two plays that he's made kind of in the hole. The first one Porter Lee was safe on, but, I mean, it could have went either way. That play right there, you know, moving to his right once again. Coming set and throwing the baseball across the diamond. So we got two outs now. Innings going by really fast. Landon Williams coming to the plate now for Pottsville. He had a good game yesterday, getting the opportunity to come in and get some plate appearances, and he really made the most of it. He was able to reach base multiple times yesterday. I think Pottsville's really trying to find, like, that guy that can come in and DH. Got a ball fouled right over our head right here. So we got 2 balls and 1 strike now on Williams. Got a ground ball right to shortstop once again, and he makes the play. He's just money. Braxton Payne, that is, from shortstop, and that's a quick inning. Clarksville is able to get out of that one. Pottsville unable to score any runs. We're headed to the top of the 3rd inning. We'll be back here in just a moment.
Farm Credit supports rural communities and agriculture with reliable, consistent credit and financial services in good times and bad. We provide loans to farmers and ranchers, farmer-owned cooperatives, rural homebuyers, agribusinesses, and rural infrastructure providers. As cooperatives, we're locally owned and governed. We help agricultural producers feed the world. For America's farmers, Farm Credit, supporting rural communities and agriculture. Learn more.
Your family is your most prized possession. You want to take care of them. You want to give them the very best. And when it comes to choosing a pharmacy, you'll want someone who knows your name and understands both you and your way of life. At Rose Drug, they will take care of your family just like you were their own. They'll be someone that you can trust with the ones that you love the most. That's Rose Drug in Russellville. Call 968-1323 today.
All right, we're back here at George Wolf Field in Pottsville. We got that center field camera working. Had to go switch out those batteries. Struggle is real today. We're really trying our best to get everything happening for you guys on the stream. Clarksville ahead 3-0. Porter Lee still on the mound for your Pottsville Apaches. That ball's going to be down in the zone for strike 1. So we got 1 ball and 1 strike now on Diego Magdaleno. And they're doing a Diego chant in the dugout. He hits one right over Aiden Owings' head for a base hit. Leadoff single for Magdaleno. I think that little chant that they were doing in the dugout worked for him. Kind of getting him hype. It's nice to see guys having fun out here. And a lot of people, you know, they say that baseball can be boring at times. I mean, they could be true. I mean, it's not the most, you know, fast-paced sport, but, you know, it can be very interesting. And when you got guys in the dugout getting hyped, it's one of the coolest things. I know when I was in the dugout a lot of times and my team was batting, I was trying to get my guys hyped up, try to distract the pitcher. I had a lot of things that my teammates wanted me to say when the pitcher was getting in the windup and arching his leg and about to deliver the baseball. I'm not going to get into that here on the broadcast. It's nothing like inappropriate or anything. I'm just saying. I'm not going to do it. It'd be embarrassing for me. And I doubt I have any of my high school teammates watching this broadcast. But, oh, that's an easy double play for Bartlett. Ball hit right at the first baseman. I mean, Magdaleno can't do anything. He's just getting his lead there at first base. Getting his secondary when the ball's hit, and just ball hit right at the first baseman. So easy double play. We're getting through these last 2 half innings pretty fast. Already 2 outs. Grayson Freeman stepping to the plate. I believe we got 2 sets of brothers here for Clarksville. We got the Case brothers and the Kramers brothers. That was Brody Kramers who lined out to first base to Bartlett. Porter Lee starting to get in a groove right now. So we got 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Grayson Freeman. Comes the pitch, a little off speed, gets him to swing. So Porter Lee doing a good job of bouncing back here in the top half of the 3rd inning, getting out of this one pretty quick. We're headed to the bottom of the 3rd. Let's see if Pottsville can get some runs. We'll be right back here on ASN.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Back here at Pottsville. Score is 3-0. Trevor said that he didn't want to get on the mic just yet because he's huffing and puffing from running from center field back here. You know, it can be very tiring. Just glad that we got the center field camera working now. I got to do a better job of charging the batteries. Oh gosh, I charged one battery, but it was the other battery that it didn't charge. So I guess it's a learning process. I'm still young, so y'all gotta hang with me right here. I apologize. First pitch was a strike. Ball down in the zone for ball 1. We got Matt Loveland at the dish right now for Pottsville. Want to see some runners get on base. And create some opportunities, you know, to get some runs. 2 2 balls, 1 strike now on Matt Loveland. Comes a pitch from Kramer's up in the eyes. Matt Loveland just kind of dodges it. So 3 balls and 1 strike. He's sitting on something pretty right here. You don't want to swing at something that's out of the zone. You want to swing at something that's pretty. He didn't really necessarily want to swing at that one, but that one's going to be a strike regardless. So he got a full count now on Loveland. Here comes a payoff pitch. Ball down. So Loveland's going to reach first base to lead off this inning. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for Pottsville.
Patience. I've said that probably 600 times in the past 4 weeks. But for some reason it works every time.
Yes, it does. I mean, that's literally the only word that I think you can describe that plate appearance right there is definitely patience. Not swinging at any bad pitches. So he's rewarded with a trip to first base. We got a bunt attempt right here, popped up right to the catcher. It's just tough. Boede trying to lay that bunt down.
Won't be happy with himself, but
no.
Bunting's pretty hard for how simple it seems.
Yeah, it definitely seems very simple. It's really simple when somebody's not throwing the baseball hard, but as you get older and older and older, it becomes more difficult. And we even see it in the majors, with pitchers who bat. Thank God we're not going to have to deal with that anymore.
Besides Shohei. Yeah,
besides Shohei Ohtani, obviously, the GOAT. Or Babe Ruth.
GOAT.
Babe Ruth. We haven't really seen anybody like Shohei Ohtani ever. I guess you have to go back to like the early 1900s, but he's definitely one of a kind. Izzy Johnson swings and misses. But yeah, it really frustrates me watching the National League game and the pitchers haven't hit, in the 9-hole. A lot of traditionalists are like, dude, putting a DH in the NL takes away a lot of strategy. But you know what? I do not care about that strategy. He's going to be safe at first base, almost gets picked off. I just want to see the best hitters out there, and the pitchers should just pitch. My opinion.
That is kind of annoying. Most pitchers bat around the .05 mark.
I know. But it is pretty cool, when the pitchers are able to hit a home run.
You got guys like DeGrom. He can hit pretty well.
Bumgarner.
He used to hit well.
Carlos Zambrano was one, for the Cubs, who was not an easy out by any stretch of the imagination. Ball in the dirt. He's going to be safe. Yeah, it's always funny, too, when you get to the World Series and you got those AL teams that the pitchers are not used to batting. And they're having to go up there and they're trying to bunt. And so it's hard to bunt when the ball's being thrown at you 95 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Izzy swings and misses right there. Brings up a full count with 1 out. He's got to swing at the right pitch. Ball down in the zone. He pops out to right field. He's trying to get underneath it, but the wind just blew it right over his head. And Loveland's going to third base, and there's going to be no play right there. So Izzy Johnson with the hit, I guess. I don't know if you'd call that an error or not. It didn't touch his glove, but he thought he was right up underneath it. But the wind, I think, just blew it right over his head. This wind has just really been a factor, especially yesterday. We saw Dover really struggle in the outfield trying to catch routine pop flies.
Yeah, and it's really blowing hard to right field, and the ball just lifted. And it looked like it was going straight to the right fielder when it got hit off the bat. Maybe it just kept floating.
They try to do a pickoff move here at first, and that's going to score Matt Loveland. We saw a little bit of that yesterday. So giving up an unforced run right there. Just worried too much about Izzy Johnson, and we talked about him every single game when he reaches the base pass. He is electrifying.
He is fast.
Kid's got speed.
And fast probably isn't enough.
I know.
He's way faster than fast. And that's the type of guys you want in your leadoff spot. Izzy really works at the plate, makes the pitcher throw strikes. Doesn't swing at a whole lot outside the zone. And there he got to show off his speed.
He's a tough out. When he gets on base, he can make things happen. As Aiden Owens just crushes one out the left center field, but center fielder is going to get underneath it. Izzy got halfway, so he's not tagging. He's staying at second base.
Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't make Izzy tag as fast as he is.
Yes, that would have been a really close play.
But nonetheless, Izzy's still in scoring position. Single probably scores him.
Got Porterly up at the plate. He hits one out to left field. A little shallow. Left fielder's going to get underneath it and catch that one. So that's going to end the inning. Pottsville does score one run here in the bottom of the third inning. We're headed to the top of the fourth as Clarksville tries to extend this lead. We'll be right back here in just a moment on Arkansas Sports Network.
Your family is your most prized possession. You want to take care of them. You want to give them the very best. And when it comes to choosing a pharmacy, you'll want someone who knows your name and understands both you and your way of life. At Rose Drug, they will take care of your family just like you were their own. They'll be someone that you can trust with the ones that you love the most. That's Rose Drug in Russellville. Call 968-1323 today.
Welcome back, George Wolf Field here in Pottsville. The Apaches get a run on the board in the bottom of the third, thanks to Clarksville trying to pick Izzy Johnson off at first. Matt Loveland got the score because of the error. Porter Lee still on the mound for the Apaches. He's done relatively well today, not too bad. You'll take I guess 3 runs in the 4th inning, and hopefully the Apaches get this inning over with and go bat again. Looks like they finally get up there swinging confidently, waiting on good pitchers to hit, and then they'll put some runs on the board. First pitch, swing and a miss. Welcome back, Adam.
Now I'm the one who's huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
I sprinted down there. Oh boy. Anywho, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Oh my gosh.
21 Coleman White, what happened?
Right off the back of a Jeep. So close to the winch. So close to that back.
Oh my gosh.
That back window.
That's why you park far away here at this ballpark.
Yeah, if you park right behind the first base dugout, you are in danger.
You is in trouble.
And we don't see a lot of foul balls to the third base side, which is funny.
No.
Most of them come to first base side.
Uh-huh.
Where the parking lot is.
It's weird how that works out.
Yeah.
2 balls and 2 strikes now in Coleman White. Ball just a little bit outside, I believe. Just missed it.
Porter did not look too happy on the mound that was a called a ball.
That was a close pitch, and from here, definitely looked like a strike.
For sure.
From our vantage point over here by the first base side, looked right down the middle. That one is going to be strike 3. Looked like the same spot.
I'm going to be honest, that looked like the same pitch.
Pretty much.
2 times in a row.
Porter was like, I'm putting it right there again, and if you don't call it, whatever. Great pitch right there from Porter. Pottsville's still right in this game. They're only down 2 runs. Porter, he's done a great job on the mound. Second inning, Clarksville was able to hit the baseball pretty well.
Sure.
But done a good job of only allowing 3 runs thus far.
Clarksville's left a lot of guys on base. Nothing. Last inning they batted. Did that double play get them out the inning?
So they led off, and then Bartlett caught it, so double play, and then Porter was able to get the last batter out. So they didn't leave. They had a runner on first, but I guess they didn't leave him on base.
Yeah, I was running to center field during the inning.
Correct.
I'll tell you what, when you're running over there, the wind finally does feel good.
Oh, yeah. I need to take off this jacket. I just put it on basically because of the wind. I didn't know how cool it was going to get later tonight, but...
I think the forecast said low 70s.
Yeah.
So, pretty good weather.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really nice day out here for some baseball. Got an off-speed pitch. It catches the outside corner.
That was a great pitch by Porter Lee.
Yes, it was kind of a backdoor off-speed pitch.
Left the batter frozen.
Oh, yeah. Backwards K. That's just textbook right there from Porter. Case grounds it to the shortstop, Aiden Owens. See if he can make the play. He does. So Pottsville's going to get out of this inning pretty quick. I mean, we've had a couple quick innings in a row, so this is pretty great.
Yeah.
But score is still 3-1. Let's see if Pottsville can, make something happen here in the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll be back here in just a moment.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Your family is your most prized possession. You want to take care of them. You want to give them the very best. And when it comes to choosing a pharmacy, you'll want someone who knows your name and understands both you and your way of life. At Rose Drug, they will take care of your family just like you were their own. They'll be someone that you can trust with the ones that you love the most. That's Rose Drug in Russellville. Call 968-1323 today.
All right, we're back here at George Wolf Field. Your score is still 3-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pottsville does have opportunity to right here, to get back and tie this ball game. Maybe just get 1 run across, start inching closer.
And as good as Porter's pitching right now, especially that last inning, they got a big chance.
Yeah, Porter's one of those guys that I think he just gets better as the game goes on. He started off, a little rough. That second inning wasn't his best, but, great job of bouncing back and starting to get in that zone on the mound.
For sure. And sometimes that's all it takes.
Got Cash Bartlett leading off this inning for the Apaches. Swings and misses. His first at bat, he was swinging at that same pitch that you just saw right there, kind of up in the zone. Up there by the letters at his chest. Swings and misses there. Ball kind of on the outside corner. Might have had some tail on it, some movement.
And sometimes you just got to swing at those pitches because this umpire has been calling strikes at the knees. So sometimes you got to swing it a little lower than you would want to. Not that low.
No, not that low.
That one bounced before.
Ball almost hit the grass.
I mean, you've seen guys like Vladimir Guerrero, kind of golf pitches that bounced.
Yeah.
But Some people most people probably shouldn't swing at those.
No, not at all. You want to stay away from those. Got 1 ball and 2 strikes on Bartlett. Here comes the pitch. He swings and misses right there for strike 3. So Kramers gets the punch out to start this inning. Easton Stevens coming to the plate now for the Apaches.
Different walk-up song than usual.
Yep, not the Barbie song today.
We still got to ask him why the Barbie song.
I know. We just
haven't got the chance
We're
to
so
ask
busy
him.
before the game just trying to get everything set up that we're not able to talk to the players most of the time. I'd like to be able to do that for sure.
And we're on the opposite side of the field.
Correct. If we were on the third base side, it might be a little different. Might get some more like personal interactions over there, but we'll ask him one time. Ball over his head for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike now on Stevens.
He's been playing well recently too.
Oh yeah, he's hitting the baseball pretty well. Even his outs, he's hitting the ball really hard. Those ground outs that he's had.
And he's been great in the field.
Yeah, he's phenomenal in the field. I think, to start the season, there's a ball ripped out to left field. He makes a good play on it, and Stevens is going to fly out right there. But Easton, he kind of, to start the season, struggled just a little bit. But he's really starting to come on as well as the season progresses. As he gets more plate appearances, starting to get that confidence back. He got moved to the 9 hole. After like the first 3 games, got moved to the 9 hole. That really could shake your confidence. But the game he got moved to the 9 hole, he started hitting the ball a little bit well. He's got those strikeouts down a little bit, so he's putting the ball in play, and that's really all that you can ask for. Is for somebody to put the baseball in play. So we got 2 outs. Aiden Watson at the plate now. He swings and misses at a ball up in his zone. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Aiden Watson. See if they can get a little 2-out rally going or something here.
That camera.
Ball breaks out. So you got some 2-2-2 action right here. Now we got the bench waving their caps. Hats are off in the dugout.
Might have to ask them about that too. They do that every 2-2 count.
Watson just froze right there. Really good pitch from Kramers right there with 2 strikes. That's going to end the inning. We're headed to the top of the 5th inning. Clarksville batting trying to extend the lead. We'll be back here on the Arkansas Sports Network.
Farm Credit supports rural communities and agriculture with reliable, consistent credit and financial services in good times and bad. We provide loans to farmers and ranchers, farmer-owned cooperatives, rural homebuyers, agribusinesses, and rural infrastructure providers.
As cooperatives, we're locally owned and governed. We help agricultural producers feed the world. For America's farmers, Farm Credit, supporting rural communities and agriculture. Learn more today.
Back here at Pottsville, Porter Lee still on the mound here to start the 5th inning.
He's been going to work today.
No cap.
No cap, Adam
No
says.
cap. I'm sorry if you don't understand. If you're listening to us on the broadcast, if you don't understand that lingo, but I don't really feel like explaining it. You can probably Google it.
Google it.
It might, that might help. Maybe it won't. I don't know.
I think it would.
But yeah, Porter Lee doing a great job out here today. It's definitely been a more competitive game this go-around than it was a couple weeks ago.
For sure.
I believe the final score was 5-0, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was 5-0.
Pretty sure.
Pottsville didn't hit the ball at all.
No, they did not.
Someone's car's about to get hit.
That is correct.
Hit a hood.
Got smoked in the Pottsville dugout is clapping. I don't know why they're clapping for that. I mean, they are high school students, so they want to see something interesting, I guess.
Probably clapping until you look and see it's one of your parents' cars and they're mad.
Yes, correct. It's a different perspective.
That, or maybe they're clapping it wasn't their car.
That's true too.
Because they take up most of the Pottsville's players take up most of the spots that don't get hit.
Right.
So maybe
they know where to park.
They know what they're doing.
This is their home, so. Got a swing and miss there for strike number 2.
See if 2-2 count. Maybe Clarksville does what Pottsville does, get the hats off.
Well, only thing is I think they do that with 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
They've been doing it for 2 balls and 2 strikes. At least they did that yesterday.
Yeah. We got a full count now. Comes a payoff pitch. He just swings at a bad pitch right there, and he strikes out.
He was mad with himself.
He was. I mean, he didn't swing all the way through because he was like, "Oops, I done goofed."
Kind of looked like that Bo Jackson when he broke his bat on his knee, but on his head. And if he breaks a metal bat on his head, that'd be crazy.
All the power to him for sure. I mean, Bo Jackson probably could break a metal bat, on his head. Got a liner that's going to get through to center field. Braxton Payne with the leadoff single. They're having trouble corralling it in the outfield, but Wojtek doing a good job of backing up Izzy Johnson right there. That's why you back up in the outfield. You don't just assume that your teammate's going to make the play. Obviously, you want to have confidence that they're able to, get the ball on the ground, glove it up. But good job from Wojtek doing his job out there in right field. So we got Gabe Kramers. Batting from the left-handed side. Got another pickoff move. It's a close play, but he's going to be safe. Really keeping him honest there at first base. Tries to put a bunt down right there. I didn't realize that my water bottle just flew off because the wind is going nuts out here. Trevor able to throw me the water bottle. Third base coach, or the manager for Clarksville, calling out 2-3-0. Let's see what 2-3-0 is. It is a base hit out the left field, I guess. Great piece of hitting right there from Kramers. He's doing a little celebration right there on first base. Big time hit right there. Diego Magdaleno coming up to the plate now. They were hopping him up his last at bat. He was able to get a base hit. He's got a golden opportunity right here with runners on first and second with 1 out. Ball up in his eyes just a little bit for ball 1. So Porter going to have to come back, get things under control here in this inning. Watson throwing it down to first base. He's in a pickle now. Kramers is. He's trying to throw it to third base. He's going to be safe at third. Just, you know, you probably had an easy out with Kramers in between first and second base. But Braxton Payne with the heads-up play moving to third base. That's a tough one right there. Watson unable to really catch the ball clean, but you know it could have worked in their favor if they were able to get Kramers out here.
And you heard Coach Falls scream, "Just get the out."
Yeah. I mean that's what it all comes down to. You got one out. Obviously, you don't. You know, human nature. You don't want the guy from second advancing to third, but you did have pretty much an easy out with Kramers here. You know, maybe if Bartlett's able to get him out at third base, we wouldn't be here having this discussion.
Correct. But double play still in order.
Yes, you want a ground ball up the middle.
But you just feel like maybe he should have just tagged him because he was standing right beside him when he threw it.
Right.
And we're having a little bit of delay.
Yep, I don't know exactly for what. My water bottle blew away once again. It's all right. Sun's starting to come out just a little bit more out here.
That already feels good. Kind of good baseball weather, not kind of. It is good baseball weather.
I love springtime, man. It's awesome. You finally get out of winter, you know, when it's cold and it's 30 degrees every night.
But it's not 95.
That is true. It is not 95.
And Arkansas's 95 feels like about 115.
Yeah, so much humidity down here in Arkansas.
But we love the place we live in.
Facts, bro.
So.
I wouldn't trade it for nothing, I'm telling you.
Indeed.
I want to stay here the rest of my life. Magdaleno is going to be able to reach first base with a walk. So bases are juiced now for Brody Kramers, the cleanup hitter. This is opportunity for him to get some RBIs.
Kind of a scary, but now there's a force at every bag.
That is one bright side of this. But got a foul ball off here. It's another car.
No clapping this time.
Nobody's clapping. You know, they probably Coach Falls was like, "Hey, cut that clapping out. Can't be doing that. Somebody's car getting smoked like that." It's got one strike now on Kramers. Ball just a little outside. Porter Lee trying to do his best to get out of this jam.
Looked like he kind of dropped his arm angle there. It was a little different than he usually throws, but maybe he knows what he's doing. There's that low strike.
Good pitch right there, coming back. So now you got 1 ball and 2 strikes, and if you're Clarksville, the last thing that you want right here is a strikeout. You know, you just want to put the ball in play. That's what you preach with the bases loaded. Just put the bat on the ball. Do your best to do that and just try to move some runners around, get a run in.
Another 2-2 count today. Probably won't be the last.
No. Highly doubt it. Ball kind of up in the zone at the letters for strike 3, so he does strike out. Great job for Porter getting a punch out right there and helping himself out.
That was a great pitch. It was up near the chest. The hitter absolutely did not like that call.
No.
Kind of stared at the ground for a little bit, but high school I haven't seen a player go crazy over a call, at least this year.
Yeah. It was great placement from Porter. Yeah, Watson, you know, he was pretty much standing up, wanting him to throw it exactly where he threw it, and they just happened to get the call. I'd say this umpire has a very pitcher's-friendly strike zone. For sure. Got a ground ball now right back to Porter. He's going to make the play at first base, so he's able to get out of the jam. It's still 3-1. Clarksville, with the bases loaded, unable to score any runs. So Pottsville maybe having some momentum heading into the bottom of the 5th inning. Let's see what they can do here. We'll be back in just a moment.
Farm Credit supports rural communities and agriculture with reliable, consistent credit and financial services in good times and bad. We provide loans to farmers and ranchers, farmer-owned cooperatives, rural homebuyers, agribusinesses, and rural infrastructure providers. As cooperatives, we're locally owned and governed. We help agricultural producers feed the world. For America's farmers, Farm Credit supporting rural communities and agriculture. Learn more today.
Gen Z is a stalled generation.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Back here at Pottsville, Clarksville still has Gabe Kramers pitching for them here on the mound. He's done a great job. Obviously, it's not a no-hitter, but still, phenomenal job on the mound.
Yep.
You know, this is 2 games in a row where Clarksville has done a great job in the pitching aspect.
And both pitchers doing well today.
Oh, yeah. That was a big inning right there, you know, for Pottsville to get out of that jam. Clarksville really threatening.
Kind of a scary comeback for Porter, but end of the day, he handled it well. Got out the inning.
And they had the top of their lineup up, too, you know, 1 through 4. So, I mean, if you ask them, you know, who would they want up at the plate, they'd probably say they want Brody Kramers. I mean, he's the 4th batter. You know, he's batting in the cleanup role for a reason, but Porter able to get that strikeout. And then you got 2 outs, so all the pressure is on the batter and able to get that ground out right back to him. So just a huge sequence right there, and they're still in the game, only down 2 runs. And, I mean, they are running out of opportunities. They got 3 more innings. They got this inning, the 6th, and the 7th, you know, to do something, to make something happen.
And a little softball update. Looks like the score is 8-3. Clarksville's up in the 4th inning. If you wanted to know the softball score.
Mm-hmm. Softball they did not play yesterday, I think, or unless it was a road game.
They didn't play.
Could have been a road game, but they did not play here. It's pretty awesome that, you know, the baseball team has so many home games.
Yeah.
We're not having to travel all over the place. And it's nice, you know, to play at your home ballpark this many times. It gives you an advantage. I mean, you know your park, you know your outfield, you know your backstop, Landon Williams. Ball out to shallow right field. Right fielder's coming in on it. He's able to make the play right here. Landon Williams with a leadoff fly out to right.
And it almost looked like it was going to drop down, but the wind is kind of dying off right now for a second. Thought you were going to get it to no man's land. Unfortunately, they didn't.
That's the most frustrating thing as a pitcher, when the batter just hits the ball off the handle or the cap and it's like barely over the second baseman or barely over the third or first. I mean, I remember when I was pitching and I was like 12 years old and 13 years old, and I threw a phenomenal pitch and the dude just barely hits it out into shallow outfield. It makes you want to scream.
Yeah.
When it's a base hit. It's like, dude, I just had a great pitch, but dude barely even hits the ball and he reaches first.
It's frustrating for sure. I said the wind died down and it caught up immediately.
No, it heard you say that.
We've had a few jinxes this year.
Yeah, just a few.
Here goes the dugout again. 2-2, 1 out.
Yes. They're on it. Here comes the pitch. Got a ground ball to shortstop. Payne's going to make the play. I mean, dude is just textbook from shortstop. I mean,
he's playing the position well today.
Yes.
He showed his range off earlier.
He makes the routine plays.
And that's what you want from your shortstop. Good fielder, cannon for an arm. He often makes the hardest throws. Maybe besides that third base line for the third baseman.
Third base is a tough position as well. And I'd say I pretty much was positionless. I played basically every position on the field except for catcher. Third base was definitely one that was pretty tough. It's the hot corner. You know, they're going to hit the baseball hard when they hit at the third base. And you got to make a long throw from third to first. Definitely a tough position. Shortstop's up there too. But second base, man, that's my spot. I love second base. You know, all you got to do is field the baseball.
Yeah.
If you field the baseball, you got an easy throw. Boom. Out.
Little lollipop throw.
Yeah, that's why my fielding percentage senior year was pretty high. It's just I played a lot of second base senior year and just was able to make the easy throws. Down in Whitehall. Got a foul ball. Back to the screen. So we got a full count now with 2 outs, and this inning's flying by as well. This game, dude, is so fast.
Gone through almost 5 innings in an hour and 15 minutes.
Yes. It's pretty crazy.
And it definitely shows how good the pitchers are doing today.
Yeah, they're dealing, both of them.
There's another strikeout.
Yep, 8A strikes out to end the 5th inning, and, you know, score still 3-1. Pottsville running out of opportunities. They need to come up with a stop here once again. We'll see if Porter Lee's back on the mound in just a moment.
Your family is your most prized possession. You want to take care of them. You want to give them the very best. And when it comes to choosing a pharmacy, you'll want someone who knows your name and understands both you and your way of life. At Rose Drug, they will take care of your family just like you were their own. They'll be someone that you can trust with the ones that you love the most. That's Rose Drug in Russellville. Call 968-1323 today.
Back here at George Wolf Field, Porter Lee is still on the mound.
I don't blame him.
No, I'd keep him in for sure. He might throw a full 7 innings. I mean, his pitch count I don't think has really been that high. I mean, there's been a couple innings.
That last inning was probably the longest inning for him.
Yeah, I mean, you got that 2nd inning, that 5th inning where, you know, Clarksville was able to get a lot of runners on the base path. But for the most part, he's not throwing a lot of pitches. I wish we had like a clicker over here where we could just count the amount of pitches that he's thrown.
Maybe we should bring that next time.
It would help. It would help the broadcast, you know, give us some more statistics.
Adam, you do the umpiring in Whitehall. Shouldn't you have one?
I don't have a pitch count. I have a clicker, but it's not for
Come on,
1,
Adam.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just have how many strikes on the batter and how many outs, but I'm about to ring up some little leaguers when I get back home this summer. That's for sure.
You sound too excited about that.
I am, bro.
You're gonna.
I mean, the worst thing about that is, like, I know a lot of the kids, and I'm friends with them, so I don't want to like strike them out all the time. But dude, you got to swing the bat. We got a fly ball out here to center field. Izzy Johnson able to get underneath it and catch that one for out number 1. But I mean, I really don't like ringing up kids that I know. Especially the kids that go to my church.
I'm going to be honest. Little League, I was the kid that was crying if you struck out. I'll be honest. I threw my bat.
I think we all were.
Threw my bat and helmet off. Hated going to the field because sometimes you never got the ball to you in the game.
That's true. It's a sad sight to see some of those kids out there crying. I was there too. I was a little crybaby. I mean, we all were. You know, if I was playing U-Trip baseball and we came in second place, I'm just out there bawling my eyes out.
Second place is good.
Second place in the tournament, but like, dude, we expect to win. We don't come out here for second place.
I understand.
Got 2 balls and no strikes on Landon Leeds. Got an off-speed pitch, kind of a backdoor.
That was a nasty curveball.
It's a 2-0 count, you know, and he's throwing a curveball. That just shows
his confidence,
the trust. You know, that I think it's Coach Falls who's calling pitches over there, but it shows the trust that Coach Falls has in Porter.
There was another one right there. 3-1 count now. The wind is absolutely going crazy now.
It's ridiculous.
It's trying to really get at me now.
I know if I was up there pitching, it'd probably bother me just a little bit, honestly, but it's not looking like it's bothering Porter Lee or Kramers for Clarksville. So now we got a full count. Here comes the payoff pitch. Got an off-speed pitch. That's going to be a backdoor for strike number 3.
I'll tell you what, Porter's curveball, we've seen it a couple times, a couple games now. Loves throwing it, and he's good at throwing it.
Right. My guy's out here dealing once again.
Already 2 outs in the 6th.
Yeah, phenomenal pitch. We're flying by, dude. I mean, this game's going to be gone in the blink of an eye. Just great pitching performance for both Kramers and Porter Lee. Got a ground ball to shortstop. Owens in the hole. Is he going to make the play? No. Almost got really excited right there. But, dude, what an effort.
Both shortstops showing off the range and the arm.
I'm telling you.
And both of them, if they were perfect throws too. That was a
it
great
really
throw.
was.
But
throwing that ball across your body, you know, moving from the opposite angle, you know, even just backhanding the baseball like he was able to do right there. Owens showing a lot of versatility right now. So runner does reach. We got a fly ball into shallow center field, and Izzy Johnson is going to make the play. So, hey, we're out of the top half of the 6th inning already. Head to the bottom of the 6th. Pottsville trying to get hyped over there. Coach Falls really excited. So let's see if they can get some runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning when we come back.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables.
But last week, I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Farm Credit supports rural communities and agriculture with reliable, consistent credit and financial services in good times and bad. We provide loans to farmers and ranchers, farmer-owned cooperatives, rural homebuyers, agribusinesses, and rural infrastructure providers. As cooperatives, we're locally owned and governed. We help agricultural producers feed the world. For America's farmers, Farm Credit supporting rural communities and agriculture. Learn more today.
Back here at Pottsville. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pottsville does have a good opportunity with the top of the order coming up here in this inning.
Izzy Johnson just showed his speed out in center, getting to that ball. We were just talking about no man's land. It almost looked like it was going to drop down. Izzy came flying from center field, making a great catch.
Yeah, big time play out there, charging in. It looked like off the bat that was going to be a little blooper base hit. Got strike 1 now on the outside corner. You know, if Pottsville is going to score, you know, some more runs, this might be their best opportunity, starting with the top of the lineup.
Clarksville still got the same pitcher in too.
Yeah, Gabe Kramer's. I mean,
Gabe Kramer's. I know they have 2 brothers on the team.
Yeah, so. Brody and Gabe. And I mean, you're not able to see the lineup. I'm the one who's seeing the lineup.
I'm guessing.
It's hard to remember names and stuff like that. Trevor's doing the camera as well, trying to follow the ball. So 3 balls and 1 strike on Izzy. So hey, you got to sit on something pretty right here. Ball's over the plate, and you think you can get a good swing on it. You got to hit it. But if not, you know, be patient and let it go by.
And this would be a great way to start a rally. Getting Izzy on base, letting him run around the bases. Who knows? Just one error could get him first or third.
True. That pitch right there, I don't think that's one that you want to be swinging at. Up in the zone, you know, you want to make the umpire make that call. That's a borderline pitch. You know, he could be on first base right now. He swings basically at the same pitch almost. So Izzy striking out there to lead off this inning.
And it comes back to us talking about how friendly the zone is for the pitchers today. It's been a relatively large zone.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they're just trying to guess at what they should swing at.
Yeah, I mean, they're seeing this strike zone. So they know they got to swing. 8-0. Pop fly out to shallow center field. Left fielder's got to come in.
You know, that's a weirder one. Left fielder just caught it right in center field, like dead center field.
He did. The center fielder literally had no idea.
And that's just how today's going.
Yeah.
Wind is flying now, and of course I say that. I'm not going to say it again. The wind's still roaring is how I'm going to say that one.
Yeah.
But
wind is roaring.
But you think it's going to left field, and all of a sudden you're in center field. So
got a ball down in the dirt.
And it almost looked like the catcher's reaction. Dirt just got in his eye. He kind of looked away the second the ball spiked. And the last thing you want is your catcher not being able to see.
Right. I mean, you gotta wipe your eyes clean right there. Got 2 balls and no strikes on Porter. He's gonna take that one off the leg, and he throws his bat down.
He looks a little mad.
He wants to win. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah, for sure. And getting hit by a baseball does not feel well. I mean, even get hit by a blitz ball doesn't feel well. And blitz balls are softer than baseballs.
That's true. Cooper Duval coming down here to first base, courtesy run. Hey, man. Let's get a home run from Bartlett right here.
Home run from Bartlett.
Come on. This would be a big opportunity. If he hits a dinger, he ties it up.
That looked like a buck.
Yeah, he's been doing that all game.
Really?
Yeah, he has been doing that all game. Just kind of making the runner on first base kind of guess if he's going to pick him off.
The way he was looking at us when he was throwing, just made me think he was coming, and then he just kept going towards the plate. He didn't do it that time.
Yeah, that time he was just straight ahead, boom. He's playing mind games out here. And if you can do that and execute it, then it's pretty awesome. I see a lot of guys, you know, get really creative in the stretch or get really creative even, you know, from the windup. You got guys like Johnny Cueto who just kind of, you know, change the pace, you know, of when the batter's actually wanting to load up and swing. You know, sometimes it's a quick pitch, or Cueto sometimes will spin all the way around, you know, kick his leg up, spin all the way around, and then deliver the baseball.
And a lot of time right-handed batters or right-handed pitchers do that because it's hard to pick off first base when you're a right-handed pitcher. But I'll tell you what, Connor Nolan, an Arkansas pitcher, got one of the better pickoff moves from a right-handed pitcher I've seen. He's caught a lot of people this year. Just leaning towards second base.
He's the Hogs' ace right now.
He had a pretty good weekend this weekend against Missouri.
He got that win.
Hogs kind of struggled, but, you know.
We won the series. That's really all that
SEC
matters.
baseball is good. And Coach Van Horn said, we've been winning games even though we've been playing bad. So
Dave Van Horn, definitely one of the best coaches out there. Oh, Payne, dude, we've been bragging on him. Not able to field that one. That's another jinx that we've somehow came up with. I mean, that looked like one of the easier plays, for Payne.
Compared to that backhand play he made earlier, that was routine.
I think he just got his eyes off the baseball.
We hear the Barbie song for Easton Stevens again.
Yes, sir.
Earlier today, it wasn't
that. If that hypes him up, then it does.
Maybe he can get an RBI here, get Cooper Duval in home.
Yeah, get you a base hit. That one's on the outside corner for a strike. So runners on first and second for Easton Stevens.
It's kind of weird. The flag out in center field's not moving, but the wind is definitely blowing pretty hard. Now it's moving.
Easton, a ground ball into no man's land to third base. He's going to be safe. He's going to be out. Umpire calls him out, but Coach Falls is going to protest. We're going to keep it here just for a moment and, see if there's a change of a call. Definitely a close play, and it's, this might be the best opportunity that Pottsville has to get a run, but they're going to call him out. That's going to end the inning. We'll take a break. Let's see. Porter Lee's probably going to be back out there on the mound for the 7th inning, so let's see if Clarksville can add on to this lead when we come back.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
We're back here at George Wolf Field. Porter Lee still on the mound to start this 7th inning. Pretty much been a Herculean effort from Porter Lee, I would say.
Yeah, he's been throwing well all day. Got to the 7th inning. I wouldn't take him out. Hadn't thrown a whole bunch, and he's been throwing good.
Yeah, that was a tough break that Pottsville just got. They're on that ground ball. Bartlett sliding into second base, hustling hard. Really a close play. It could have went either way. Umpire calls him out. That might be, the best opportunity that Pottsville is going to get to score a run the rest of the game.
We just got to hope that doesn't kill their energy.
Yep, something like that can really, just put the momentum. That's the word, momentum. On the other side.
You were looking at 3 batters there, even though there was 2 outs, which still good for Pottsville just to have guys on. But umpire called them out. We can't go back and change it, so we got to keep playing.
Got to be even kill. First pitch to start the inning is a strike. And Clarksville has the top of their lineup up to start this 7th inning with Braxton Payne. Fouls one off. And the last time that the top of the lineup was up to start an inning, Porter was able to get out of that jam there in that 5th inning. Get himself out of some trouble, got a punch out to get it to 2 outs, and then a ground ball right back to him. Really helped himself right there in that inning. Ground ball down in the dirt. Almost bounced all the way to first base.
We were talking about catcher blocking him. He blocked it, and it still came all the way down here.
Facts.
And And we're pretty far down the first base line. Just hope the catcher's okay. Looked like it kind of hurt him.
Ball inside, just misses on Payne.
There's been a couple of batters today look like they're going to get hit. They turn to get hit, and the ball is just caught by the catchers.
Yep.
And it's been that breaking ball, it looks like, that Porter wants to get him with.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball in the outside corner for strike 3. Just pretty much froze him right there.
And I'll tell you what, if we were keeping count of how many times I tried to guess what was going to happen, I've been wrong every time. Porter just threw the fastball right by him. But
so you're saying you probably would have done the same thing as that batter? Just
I would have stared. I probably would have stared at it.
Yeah, probably would have got the punch out anyways. Gabe Kramers hits a tank out the right field. Izzy Johnson showing the reins, is able to catch that one. Great play from Izzy Johnson out of center field. Showing a lot of speed right there in the outfield. Making a catch almost by the warning track out there in right center field.
Now you could definitely tell the ball is getting pushed. Izzy looked like he was going to catch it just kind of off center from center. Ran all the way to right field to make the catch.
Yeah, that's what you want out of your center fielder. Somebody who can make plays like that, going to the right or to the left. So just a big time job right there from Izzy. So we already got 2 outs.
And I'll tell you what, an outfield I'm thinking about that might struggle with that, it's the Phillies. They might have got Castellanos and Schwarber.
Castellanos and Schwarber, yep.
If Bryce Harper's your fastest fielder on the outfield, you're going to struggle.
Well, I tell you what, Schwarber is probably going to be DH for the Phillies now. That's one big thing for the NL teams now is they're able to, go out there and sign a bat, like a Schwarber. They can rely on him to just be the designated hitter. The best designated hitter, in my opinion, David Ortiz. That's my favorite player, Big Papi. And he's going to be a Hall of Famer because of it. They're calling a strike 3.
And then they said he didn't swing?
I am confusion. That's what I am right now. I don't really know exactly
We're
what's
talking about David Ortiz. Something weird just happened. And, we're not new to weird things happening in this field.
No, we're not.
We've seen 2 balls be in the backstop. So,
umpire kind of took off some of his gear. He's looking at his wrist or something. I don't know exactly what's happening here.
We've been talking about how fast the game's moving, and in 2 innings in a row, we've had to stop and have a discussion.
The umpire might have got hit by the ball or something. I'm not exactly sure.
They're asking for med wrap from the Clarksville dugout for the ump.
Bleeding.
I've seen a few players get wrapped up in my day. I've never seen the umpire been wrapped up.
No.
So this will be a first.
The game's going by fast.
And hopefully it doesn't throw Porter off his little mojo he's getting in with 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Yeah, you just need 1 more out to get to the bottom of the 7th. And he's out here throwing the ball to some of the infielders, throwing the ball to Aiden Owings. That's what you do when you got to pause in the game like this. We've seen many times, this is a different situation, but when teams are up and there's a stoppage of play, we've seen a Super Bowl where the lights go out.
Yeah.
And just completely change, the momentum in a ball game. And luckily for Ray Lewis in that game, he was able to end his career on top. I'm a Steelers fan, so I can't stand the Ravens, but
I can't really say nothing about a Super Bowl. My Jags have never been.
You've been close once?
Miles Jack wasn't down.
Actually, you've been close maybe twice.
20. Yeah, back in
1996, maybe against John Elway and the Broncos.
Back in the day, not my day. I wasn't born even close to being born.
Jimmy Smith and Keenan McCardell, and Magdaleno pops out to third to end the inning. So we are out of the inning pretty fast. Porter Lee able to get out of here. So Pottsville left with 1 more opportunity. Can they get 2 runs to tie this ball game up and send it to extras? We'll see after this.
Farm Credit supports rural communities and agriculture with reliable, consistent credit and financial services in good times and bad. We provide loans to farmers and ranchers, farmer-owned cooperatives, rural homebuyers, agribusinesses, and rural infrastructure providers. As cooperatives, we're locally owned and governed. We help agricultural producers feed the world. For America's farmers, Farm Credit supporting rural communities and agriculture. Learn more today.
Your family is your most prized possession. You want to take care of them. You want to give them the very best. And when it comes to choosing a pharmacy, you'll want someone who knows your name and understands both you and your way of life. At Rose Drug, they will take care of your family just like you were their own. They'll be someone that you can trust with the ones that you love the most. That's Rose Drug in Russellville. Call 968-1323 today.
All right, we're back here at George Wolf Field to start the bottom of the 7th inning. Pottsville with one more opportunity to get 2 runs. Trevor out here working the camera and producing because Aaron is going back to, fix the center field camera, maybe change some lighting potentially. So, Kramers and Porter Lee pitching the entire game. This has been, one of the best performances I've seen, from 2 pitchers just battling it out. It really is a pitcher's duel out here tonight. Clarksville, they got arms, dude. Talon Case, like we said, no hit Pottsville last time. And now you got Gabe Kramers working on a complete game, only allowing 1 run. Trevor's so distracted, he doesn't have his mic on.
I forgot to put the mic on.
Oh, Braxton Payne making a nice play up the middle. Bouncing back from last inning. He had that routine play. Honestly, it was probably the easiest play he had all night, but he wasn't able to make it somehow. But that play showing a lot of range going to the left this time, making the throw. Just textbook. So we already got 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Had to push some buttons. New to it, but it's simple if you can read. But
if you can read, well, you're a college student, so
hopefully I can read my 2nd year of college.
Right. We hope so.
Especially if
you couldn't read, you wouldn't be in college.
Especially if I'm a journalist major.
Facts.
If I want to be a sports journalist.
Telling you better learn how to read and write. You got a fly ball out here. Landon Williams hitting the ball out to center field. Already 2 outs now on Pottsville. So they're down to their last out. This is the quickest game I've ever seen.
We started about 4:30, somewhere around there. It is 6:14. We're 1 out away from the game being over.
Yeah. It's crazy now. He's swinging on the first pitch, ball out the right center field, and Talon Case is going to make the play to end this game. Great play from Case, and Kramers gets the shutout. Not the shutout, but a complete game, only allowing 1 run as Pottsville falls once again to Clarksville. They've lost 2 times in a row to Clarksville. This one 3-1. We're going to take a quick break. Me and Trevor are going to give you some post-game analysis when we come back.
Farm Credit supports rural communities and agriculture with reliable, consistent credit and financial services in good times and bad. We provide loans to farmers and ranchers, farmer-owned cooperatives, rural homebuyers, agribusinesses, and rural infrastructure providers. As cooperatives, we're locally owned and governed. We help agricultural producers feed the world. For America's farmers, Farm Credit supporting rural communities and agriculture. Learn more today.
All right, we're back here. Pottsville falls to Clarksville. really was just a quick game. Great job from Gabe Kramer's on the mound for Clarksville, and Porter Lee with a great effort as well for Pottsville. 3-1 really was just a pitcher's duel the entire game.
Yeah, both pitchers kept command pretty much the whole game. A few base runners for both teams, but at the end, Pottsville gave up that free run, the first run, and it came back to bite them. But overall, it's a pitcher's duel, and baseball games that are pitcher's duel go relatively quick. Tonight, finished 7 innings of baseball in under 2 hours.
I know. It's crazy, just working at a fast pace. And it was really nice, to see some improvement from Pottsville. I really do think we have seen some improvement over the course of this season. The first game wasn't really, that competitive.
Right.
Taylor Case with a no-hitter. Clarksville able to win that one 5-0. This game, Pottsville was in it the entire game. It was 3-0. That was the biggest deficit that they had. There in that 6th inning, you had that bang-bang play with Cash Bartlett at second base.
And they scored 3 innings in the 2nd inning.
3 runs.
3 runs, my bad. But so they didn't score for 5 innings. Porter Lee pitched a great game even though they lost, but sometimes you just don't get the support from the bats. And Coach Falls talked to us yesterday that's one of the things they're working on, get the bats working. And today just wasn't their day.
No, it wasn't. Now, we did see some hard hit balls. There was a lot of times where they hit the ball right at people, just unfortunately, even in that last inning, it was a quick inning, but, they were hitting the ball out into the outfield. But Clarksville, hats off to them for making a great play. But, yeah, like we said, Pottsville falling again to Clarksville. This is an improving team. We will not be broadcasting the game Friday against Subiaco Academy, and Pottsville has played Subiaco earlier this season, unable to win that game. Subiaco's got a good ball club, a lot of good athletes out there. Shortstop Martine is a great player as well. We want to see. Gosh, this wind is just crazy. It's not going to stop. But yeah, we will be back, with the broadcast here next week, Monday against Harrison. So we got a full week next week. I think we got four games, So we're going to be seeing a lot of baseball. We're going to be bringing that action to you. But for tonight, we're going to wrap things up and get out of here. For me, Trevor Hawley, and Aaron Powers producing, we say thank you for everybody watching, and good night. See you next week.